Listen, man, this is Carlton Mayhem on behalf of Mayhem Social Media Coalition. And I got an ongoing situation, man, an ongoing education, if it can be said, about a dude named Willie Lynch, man. And my purpose of focusing on Willie Lynch, man, is because I believe he was very intuitive and instrumental in creating the American society we got today. So if you understand the society and what it's based on, maybe you'll be able to understand how to better function in it. You understand what I'm saying? Again, none of my letters or none of this, my videos, none information I provide is meant for hate. It's only meant for education. It's meant for the purpose of better understanding what it is that you're going through and what will happen. So then maybe you can approach your tomorrows better. Anyway, listen here. I'm gonna read this part. There was 5 pages to the Willie Lynch letter. There was an address part, then there was 4 consecutive pages. And in 4 consecutive pages, he went into the psychological process of breaking them down. This is one section I want to read, and I think this section is extremely important. You understand me? Because like anybody know, my main focus is a black woman. So this section is about a black woman. So let me talk about it. Let me read it. Let me see what he was talking about. It says, the title was called The Breaking Process of the African Woman. Said, take the female and run a series of tests on her to see if she will submit to your desires willingly. Test her in every way, because she is the most important factor for good economics. If she shows any signs of resistance in submitting completely to your will, do not hesitate to use the bullwhip on her to extract that last bit of bitch out of her. It says bitch. Take care not to kill her, for in doing so, you spoil good economics. When it completes submission, she will train her offspring in early years to submit to labor when they become of age. Understanding is the best thing. Therefore, we shall go deeper into the area of the subject matter concerning what we have produced here in this breaking process of the female nigger. We have reversed the relationship. In her natural uncivilized state, uncivilized means natural to them, in her natural godlike state. In her natural uncivilized state, she would have a strong dependency on the uncivilized man, the godly man, black man. And she will have a limited protective tendency toward her independent male offspring and would raise her male offspring to be dependent like her. Nature had provided for her this type of balance. We reversed this nature by burning and pulling a civilized nigger apart and bullwhipping the others to the point of death. Let me point out this part. Supposedly all the civilized dudes, all the uncivilized black males or uncivilized people, period, our society are in prison. So the people in our society going and walking down the street are supposed to be the civilized people. But if the police are killing black males and they're supposed to be the civilized ones, why? He say do it on purpose. He said if you do that, you destroy the psyche of the black woman, which is their whole point. So, by her being left alone, unprotected, with the male image destroyed, the ordeal caused her to move from a psychological dependent state, which she was on her man, to a frozen independent state. Because now she's been left alone and she knows she can't depend on her man because they knocking him down and she can't hold on to him because they killing him. So she got to stay independent, but that's not her natural state. So it puts a person that's not naturally like that into a state. The person that she wants to be dependent, but making her independent and putting her into an unnatural state. Period. Puts her into an unnatural state. In this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reverse roles. For fear of the young male's life, she will psychologically train him to be mentally weak and dependent, but physically strong. Because she has become psychologically independent, she will train her female offspring to be psychologically independent. What have you got? You got the nigger woman out front and the nigger man behind and scared. This is the perfect situation of sound sleep and economics. Before breaking process, we had to be alert, on guard at all times. Now we can sleep soundly. For out of frozen fear, his woman stands guard for us. He cannot get past her early slave molded process. He is a good tool, now ready to be tied to the horse at the tender age. By the time a nigger boy reaches the age of 16, he is soundly broken in and ready for a long life of sound and efficient work. and the reproduction of the unit of good labor force, continually through the breaking and of civilized savage niggers, by throwing the nigger female savage in a frozen psychological state of independence, by killing the protective male image, and by creating a submissive independent mind of the nigger male slave, we have created an orbiting cycle that turns on its own axis unless the phenomenon occurs and reshifts the position of the male and female slaves. We show that we mean by example. Take the case of the two economic slave units and examine them closely. Listen, it's just business. I just do what I said before, man. I said before, man, this is business, man, and they doing this shit to us on purpose. It ain't got nothing to do with how much they hate you. It ain't got nothing to do with how much whoever did what. It ain't got nothing to do with what crimes are being committed. I state statistics all the time, man, over and over, man. I tell you how much statistics, man. Listen here. The crime rate in America, there's more Caucasians committing crime, period, because there's more Caucasians in America. So blacks being the cause of crime is, come on, man, it's asinine, man. That's an oxymoron. You cannot be the cause of 100% of crime when you only make up 13% of the population, stupid. And then only 2 or 3% of the black male population is actually committing crimes. So where the fuck is the blacks causing these problems at? They don't hate us, man, because of what we're doing. They hate us because of who we are and what we could do for them. It's not a hatred. It's an envy. You got to pay attention to these dudes, man. This dude psychologically told you, listen, like I said with the Negro marriage, man, the welfare system, and why the DCFS make sure there ain't no black males in the household. Why DCFS make sure they only got available housing for black women with children. They want you to break your son early. They take the male out the room. If a black boy can't be a man, if he don't know what a man is, if he ain't got no man to watch him, he can't be a man. You understand what I'm saying? How that works? But the DCFS say if you want to be on the county, what he Lynch say, if you want to be a successful citizen and good for your country, you need to get that black man out the house, and you need to get your son and make sure that your son understand that he's supposed to go to work by the time he's 16, 17 years old. If you think that this is your psychology, and if you think that this is the shit that you came up with on your own, your good whatever upbringing, this dude said this shit in 1712, man. 1712, man. Pay attention to the shit that's going on, man. We got to understand that this is psychology involved. These people are hard at work, man, and what they doing, and they do this shit every day. While we on Twitter, while we on Facebook, while we out here looking at these bullshit-ass reality TV shows, while we trying to figure out the next rap song so we can pay their family. One rapper pay 100 people, staff, state executives, and all these people. All that is non-black. That's one rapper that made it, but you finna make it for like 20 white families or non-black families. So, listen, man, while we focused on all that, they focus on psychology, man. They got a whole sector of their people focused on psychology. And all they do is to study. They study us every day, man. They study and report, man. What you think 911 is for? You know, security, man. Observe and report, man. All they do is watch us all day long, man, and they report it in. They take notes, they document it, and they keep collecting research, man. That's how they stay. They keep their foot on our necks. But it's an object that we take in, man. It's a situation we putting ourselves in, and we ain't got to be in it. All we got to do is just say, listen, this is what we finna do about it. Point blank, period, man. Self-love is about finding out the way to make yourself better. And if you make yourself better and making your others around you better and it's like you, then you accomplish your goal, man. But to allow somebody else to degrade you and put you down, man, simply because they've trained you to believe that's what it's supposed to be. I would never allow my woman to stand in front of me, man. I open doors, I carry bags. It's what I do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a black male. If there's any type of problem, I don't give a fuck who it is, police and all, man. Listen here, no man ever talks to my woman, man. Don't do that. My woman talks to the woman, and I talk to the man. I don't care what your color is, man. You're never gonna talk to my woman directly, man. I don't do that. I don't play that shit. Period. We gotta take a stand, man. We gotta get our understanding of our own culture. Period, man. We gotta get our understanding of what's important to us, what we value.